yeah. Yeah. What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is doing well. And yeah, guys, so today I'm gonna record a new video for my channel, in which I will try to finish this piece, this work that I've been studying, I've been creating in the past months. And as you can see here, these are the dates in which I work on this piece, in this study, so I've been working on this piece since 2024 November, and I worked for 6 days, and the last day I've been working on this piece was in 1st February 2025, guys. So it's it's 2 months. It's already 2 months old since I working on this piece, and I think I already post on the community side on the channel, on the publications, some shots from this piece. And when I was still, planning the overall proportion of the character, and I was plotting some textures too. So it was just a few shots, in the preliminary states. So yeah, so I was working offline in this, especially in the two last dates here, last 2 dates here. And now I will try to, finish this piece. And again, this is a Scholar sketchbook that I bought here on Brazil, Rio de Janeiro. It's not a fancy material. It's something that is, around 70 grams per meter square. The grammature of this paper, the thickness of this paper, and this is, a ballpoint pen, a Bic ballpoint pen. So no fancy techniques, no fancy materials, just regular materials. And when the main goal with this study, with this character, was to practice my fundamental skills, as I said before, with all of my videos here on the channel, even if the ones that I was creating character designs for my book, Zeitgeist, a personal project. And yeah, guys, to be honest, I am always studying, always trying to improve, always and trying to be better, not only on the artistic side, but on the other sides of my life, the personal aspect, the physical aspect. And to be honest, as you grow older, in my experience, I think as a human being, we are plural. We have a lot of, how can I say that, phases, so to speak, that we need to explore in life, and balance these aspects to live not only a peaceful life, but a virtuous life. We can dive into some philosophical aspects, about virtue, virtue, as I think as Socrates or Aristoteles, think about this sense of virtue. But anyway, so yeah, guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome again to my channel. Thank you if you are already a follower of the channel, and if you are watching this video for the first time, if you are discovering my channel for the first time through this video, yeah, thank you very much for tuning in to check this video, and I hope that some crazy stuff that I will share with you here may help you in your journey, in your drawing journey. And yeah, guys, even at least to help you to to pass the time, so to speak, to entertain you for a few minutes. Yeah, guys, so thank you very much for stay with me in the next minutes. So I'm planning to do a 1 hour video for this study, and yeah, just like I did with 2 videos called Eldritch guy on the channel, but I record that video with my old cell phone. Now I have I think a slightly better cell phone right here, but I'm recording the audio with my older cell phone which is here, right here, by the side of this cell phone here, the new one. And yeah, just to to separate the two things, because I did some how can I say that, I did some studies and I record the audio, video and audio with my new cell phone, but I didn't like how the audio sounds like after recording, and the two channels, when you are watching using how can I say that, como é que fala fone de ouvido, cara? Fone de ouvido em inglês? Como assim? If you're watching with not speaker, but I forgot to say that, with fone de ouvido, traduzam aí, por favor. Eu esqueci. I forgot to say how to say fone de ouvido in English. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, if you are watching using something to hear in your ears, and the channel are the audio is a little bit louder in the left channel, so I decided to record the audio file separately from the video, and then in the edition phase I will put the two things together. And yeah, so I hope that this video will turn something decent, and as you can listen, I will try to record full in English this video. And yeah, guys, let's see how much we can record here, how much I can speak, here about what I'm doing. Maybe we'll try to sketch some parts of the anatomy and talk a little about some aspects of the fundamentals that I'm always thinking when I'm doing this kind of stuff. And it's, again, just like the Eldritch guy video, in which I record in Portuguese, which is my main language, which is my native language, the language that I speak every day. So it's easier to me to speak, for obvious reasons. And yeah, guys. Now I will only record this video, this guy here, in English, and probably I will take me 3 videos to finish this guy. And yeah, so people from Brazil, pessoal do Brasil, tenham paciência porque eu já gravei 2, né, em português, né, com essa mesma temática, né, um estilo mais lovecraftiano, criatura, né, e aí agora eu vou gravar em inglês, né. Na verdade eu estou planejando futuramente só gravar em inglês, né, justamente para poder atrair, né, não só atrair um número maior de pessoas para o canal, né, para eu ficar milionário, é claro, porém para poder ajudar o maior número de pessoas possível, né. Como eu trabalho, eu acredito que eu posso, como eu disse, né, várias pessoas pelo mundo talvez possam se beneficiar com o que eu faço aqui, nem que seja com algumas recomendações de artistas, enfim, né, ou de livros que eu venho a comentar aqui durante os vídeos, entendeu? Então, falando em inglês, eu acredito que eu posso atingir um número de pessoas, né? And now I will switch to English. And yeah, guys, just like I was saying, the main goal with recording these videos in English is just to try to reach much people as possible around the world with my works, just to become a millionaire. Just to people to discover me and buy my stuff through my online stores, and contact me to do some works for day. No, I'm joking, but as I was saying in Portuguese, I think I can help a lot of people. I think I can help more people when I'm sharing my knowledge in English, so I can reach far more people than and talking in Portuguese, even if. So yeah, and yeah, guys. So hope you, as I said in the beginning, hope you guys can get something from this video, from any video of from my channel. I think it's too bright. I think it's too bright. Maybe I should just darken a little bit the bright, but yeah, anyway, and yeah, so what's the main goal with this one? As I said, practice my fundamental was to practice my fundamental skills, like here, proportion, base form, base forms, perspective, atmospheric perspective, line weight, overlapping, silhouette, hardness of the edges, texture. Here we have some notes about shading, which is the main goal with the study, texture and shading. So here are the topics that I was thinking, and I am thinking while I'm doing this kind of study. And to be honest, any study that I've been produced for the last 7 years, since 2018, 18, yeah, 2018, yeah, 2018. So been doing this for 7 years, but with more, I think with more dexterity on the since 2020, and yeah. So let's go. I'll talk too much. Big ass introduction, but anyway, yeah, guys. So it's a quite a Lovecraftian being here. It's a creature that I pick a reference for the body. So if you are someone that probably dive into Pinterest, probably you will uh, you know recognize this pose from some sketch there on Pinterest. I think this particular sketch is from concept art from the game known as Ordered 1866. I think it's a game, and it's a first-person game that is set on in on in in this year, but it's as a game with creatures, and I think it's just like Bloodborne, but with guns, only guns. Yeah. But anyway, so I picked the pose that I like the pose, and I did some modifications on the anatomy, and then I put a texture. I combined some textures. Of course I did a head here. I created a head for this creature based on a reference. Try to apply the reference on this pose here, and then start to apply the texture over the anatomy. So for example, here, let's see here. For example, here we have a arm. So there's a lot of arm studies that I did on my channel, and you can watch on my channel already. You can even pause this video and watch the previous anatomy studies that I did, just to see by yourself what I'm capable of. But anyway, guys, again, no trick here, not fancy technique. I'm just applying what I've learned with Michael Hampton via his book, Figure Drawing Design Invention, and the Glenn Vilpul book, known as which is called Vilpul Drawing Manual, and which more. And yeah, guys, anatomy for sculptors. The diagrams are there in this book, and yeah, guys, and applying this while I'm constructing the base forms in which will apply the texture. I will of course create an anatomy over, put for example, here we'll put the deltoid, deltoid here, here, something like this, a little bit again, it's a creature. So I pick these fundamentals, and I, how can I say, modify in not in a strange way, but in an extreme way. Something that is stylized, but still still conserve need, in my opinion, in opinion of a lot of artists that I admire. Even if you are creating something that is stylized, so to speak, you need to have you need to maintain a strong sense of foundation. So your anatomy should be construct right. You know, your light setup should be, you know, construct right in a right manner, and you know, composition, you know, color and perspective, everything. You need to have a deep understanding on these areas, in these areas, you know, to be able to, you know, stylize, you know, to to create something stylized, so to speak. So yeah, here the deltoids. I think it's too bright, this video, but anyway, you guys can see here. Yeah. Again, so here we have the arm. So this box, it's establish perspective and volume with this box, and then I put the anatomy over, you know, and then I start to create the texture here, you know, texture. I'm trying again texture, and start to build the complexity over the base forms, you know, here. So I build a kind of horn or thorn over his shoulder, or its shoulder, which, you know, it's a creature, so it don't have a genre. You know, are you assuming my pronouns? Did you just assume my pronouns? You're misogynist. You're a misogynist. Just assume my pronouns. How dare you? Yeah, guys. So then I start to build the texture over again the perspective, of course, the base forms. Then I put the anatomy, and then I start to build the, you know, texture here, here, here. Again, drawing very loosely, you know, with the ballpoint pen, since I can, you know, erase anything. Paying attention on the line weight, paying attention on the atmospheric perspective, what is closer to the you know, the camera, not this camera, but in you know, yeah, closer to the viewer, you know, what is far from the viewer. Yeah. So yeah, guys, no fancy technique, just trying to build these things. And here for the, you know, the, how can I say that, the so here we have an arm, forearm. We have, you know, again, another box that we can extend to here. Here again, always pay attention on the perspective. Here, on in perspective. I really need to practice my English. I need to know how to properly use these prepositions correctly. I have a quite limit, you know, skill sets regarding this preposition. Always changing. So I'm to be honest, when I'm talking and using this prepositions and on at, I'm not trying to talk, to speak in a, you know, overly thoughtful way, so to speak, but I'm doing I'm speaking, you know, based on the sentence that I've heard, that I've listened, while I was consuming content in English. So podcasts helped me a lot to improve my English skills, especially podcasts related to art. So art related podcasts. I think it's too bright, guys. Too bright. Let's put it here. It's too bright. Anyway, so yeah, art podcasts and help me a lot through the years. Through the years as a student, you know, yeah, podcasts like the collective podcasts from Ashtorp, which is amazing artist, amazing concept designer, concept artist, and the podcast from Machi Kuchara, which is an amazing artist too. He has a podcast called Art Cafe. So it's a podcast that there's a lot of artists in the industry, that come there to speak not only about artistic stuff, but so to speak, but about life, how they start their journeys as artists, So this is the things that to be honest, that interest me the most nowadays. Not only learn the techniques, learn the how to how to build something in perspective, how to shading. This is important too, of course, especially if you are starting your career. But to me nowadays, I like to hear about the stories of these persons, these artists that I admire, and some new artists that I didn't know yet before watching this podcast, listening to this podcast. So again, the collective podcasts from Nash Torp, Art Cafe from Machi Kuchara, and there's a other podcast too. And there is a podcast by very no artist, and no, I don't know how to say that artist, called Shetza, and the podcast is called the Dark Art Society podcast. It's an amazing podcast which is focused on this, dark art, Lovecraftian art, dark art, Eldritch beings, Eldritch stuff. So yeah, it's something that I listen a lot. There is a artist that I start to follow. There's some artists that I start to follow after I discovered this podcast, but especially this one, the Dark Art Society podcast, which have artists that just like Shetzar, that do creep stuff, dark stuff, and it's amazing, guys. One thing that I relate the most, that all these artists are always seen as crazy, as some weird dudes, weird girls, because they want to draw, they want to paint, they want to create dark stuff. They find these things funny, these things beautiful, these things they can relate to the dark stuff. They don't like pretty stuff, just like me. I like to to don't like I don't like too uh, too colorful paintings, and especially nowadays I like more dark art, which is something that I'm more aligned with what I try to achieve or convey with my uh, personal project. So yeah, so there's some artists that I start to follow because of this podcast. Chet Zar is one of they, and Wes Ben Scotter, which is who is an artist, a painter that work on several covers from metal bands, especially Slayer and Cattle Decapitation. I think he worked with Megadeth too. I don't know, and Bloodbath and other bands. I think Suicide Angels too, Dark Angel too. I don't know, but Slayer. He worked with Slayer, and yeah, guys. So it's a very well-rounded artist. And again, just to, as I said, when I start to listen the podcast, and I relate a lot with the things that he said on his podcast about the especially when he say that he don't like to do other stuff that which didn't involve art. So there's no plan B. Just it is just art and whatever in art. Something around these lines. But again, other artists too. There's David Stupakis. It's a guy who do beautiful, amazing paintings, dark stuff, dark art stuff. He did some paintings for Core, the band called Core, KORN. A new metal band. It's like Slipknot, Limp Bizkit, even if Linkin Park in early years. So it's a well-known band nowadays. It's like this bands that I mentioned, and he did some artwork for this band too, and he has amazing work, guys. Amazing works, dark, creep stuff, but I find it beautiful. Yeah, and so yeah, I relate to the most. I relate a lot with this artist on this podcast, especially in this podcast, because it's more focused on dark stuff, creep stuff, which is again the things that I like, that I find beautiful, that I find something, I find a quite kind of morbid interest in these things. But it's not because I'm a sociopath or psychopath. Maybe I am, who knows? Only God can judge me, or the devil, who knows? But yeah, I find it beautiful. No, not gory stuff. Gory stuff. GORI. Gory. Not gory stuff too much. I don't like gory stuff too much, but I like creepy stuff. Dark stuff. More. Dark fantasy approach. And yeah, guys. So yeah. So I'll leave you the recommendation here already. If you wanted to search for this podcast in the Dark Art Society podcast, and yeah, so it's amazing. I've learned a lot. Not only I discover new artists, but as I said, I improve my English a lot via this podcast, through this podcast. Yeah, guys. So let's get into it. Yeah, focal point of this piece it's right here on the top, on the face. You know, it's not exactly a face, but it's a head of this monster, and it has a big tongue, huh? With this, you know, spikes, that I try to convey here. Yeah, guys. So the lighting setup, it's like this, just like my pen right here, as you can see. So the light is coming from up and down, from my right to my left, you know. Sorry. So it's coming from his its left, you know, to his side, its sides, its right. Yeah, guys. So let's keep that in mind when we are shading this. Yeah, let's pay attention on the how in this overlapping of these forms here. Let's try to convey this sense of overlapping of these forms. What forms is closer to the viewer, what forms farther from the viewer, where is the ambient occlusion, again where we have this kind of the overlapping of the forms, in which we can see the light, we can see, you know, just like here, you know, when light can enter. So we have overlapping. It's happy, this thing happen, you know, a lot when we have the some two things overlapping each other, just like in our joints, on the flesh, you know, flesh when overlapping each other. So just like here in this on this textures, so we have these things here we need to keep in mind. This creature, again, think about the lighting. Lighting is coming right from here. Here we have a shadow on the side. Here, let's do some kind of coarse shadow here. Think about the reflective light that comes, you know, from behind of this creature a little bit. Let's do some overlapping here on this kind of, you know, brachioradialis muscle here, but it's a stylized muscle, as I said. We draw the form. They are related to the, you know, real thing, but and then we stylize that form. But again, thinking about the form, you know, something that it's similar, you know, to the form. So we're trying to still maintain a sense of clarity on the forms, you know, something that it's related to a real arm, you know, even if he's a you know, creature, you know. Again, very lightly, drawing very lightly with the pen here, very lightly here, very lightly here. you know, follow the forms, follow the volume of the form when you are putting the texture, you know. Let's you know, increase the line weight here. I think it's quite decent. By the side, I will not increase more this line weight because this is not the focus. It's not the area of the main focus of this creature. As I said, the focus of this creature is on his face, or is on the, you know, the side. Oops. Let's put on here. Let's see here. Let's increase a little bit the line weight here too. Try to overlap these forms here too. Let's try to overlap here too a little bit. Increase the line weight here. Here. And remember, guys, remember that to always clean your tip when doing this ballpoint pen exercise, just to avoid to, you know, to accumulate too much ink on the tip of the pen. So be aware with this when you're sketching with a ballpoint pen. And this one is a quite new ballpoint pen that I start to use. You know, this was the one that I was using on the Eldritch guy video. You know, it's almost finished, as you can see here. You know, so yeah. We did a lot of studies with the one. So yeah, guys, where you from? I would like to know where you're from, where you are watching this video, from what country or continent, and from what country of the world you are watching this video, where you're from. You know, put on the comments, you know, and also put on the comments how you discovered this channel, this video. I would like to know how my message are, you know, you know, how can I say that? It's how my message is delivered to you guys. You know, how the YouTube algorithm is. It's helped me to spread my message. I would like to know. Let me know the metrics, just to improve my digital marketing. So yeah, guys, so keep in mind the contrasts, the overlapping of the forms while doing this texture work. Think about the local color, the local value, and then think about the shading per se, you know, the shading. So for example, this area, inside area of the creature, it's a little darker. It's a little, not little, it's darker than the outside area of the creature. you know. So for example, here we have this area here. It has a different value tone from this area. You know, these areas, they are outside of the creature, so it has kind of holes on his body, you know. So there is a kind of um, you know, plant texture, or you know, flash texture over his body, and and it has this small holes there, which are maybe his muscles or his inside flesh or organs. And also he's peeling, no, not he's peeling, but he's, you know, he has this, you know, this exoskeleton, so to speak, over his body. So we need to keep in mind, you know, which part is it when we are shading these things. And again, think about the volume of the form, about the think about the volume of his body when shading too. I think I made a mistake here. I was shading in a direction, then I start to change the direction, so it becomes a little bit confusing, the direction of the texture. And sometimes it works when you're doing this kind of combined cross-hatching technique, and sometimes it creates a contrast with the already established texture, and it start to confuse the viewer a little bit, in my opinion. So yeah, guys, here, look at this, guys. Looks like a face here. Look like this. Look here. Two eyes and a mouth. I'm seeing things here. Or you guys are seeing this too. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Here. Look at this. Why here? Two eyes, one eye, two eyes, a mouth here. It's a face, guys. I'm seeing things. I'm crazy. I'm getting crazy with this study. It's too much knowledge to me, you know. And grant his eyes, just like Bloodborne. You know, grant his eyes. Fear the old blood. I start to see things. I got too much insight, and then I start to see things. You know, I start to create these Lovecraftian beings. Now I'm starting to get crazy. You know, start to, how can I say that? In Bloodborne, the game Bloodborne from Software. It has a status that is called, what's the name of the stat? Frenzy, you know, which is applied to the player when we are suffering from, you know, frenzy damage mental damage from some creatures. So it's a statues. We start to get crazy, start to become crazy. I think it's something that is on the game. It's a mechanic from the game, especially when you're on the what's the name of the boss? The boss. Guys, Mikolash. The host of the nightmare. So when you are entering in on his castle, we found some quite strange creatures there. No humanoid creatures, but with some powers that can turn us crazy. Yeah, so the phases of the game, it's quite difficult. I think I didn't play the game. I saw through YouTube, so I saw people playing the game on YouTube, and I spent a lot of hours seeing people playing the game. I don't I don't regret. I think it was hours. The amount of hours that I spent doing this was well spent, in my opinion, because I got too much inside about the game. So yeah, it helped me to get inspired for my personal projects. Yeah. So we have a mouth here, guys. Look at this. Yeah. Again, guys, pay attention on the pressure that you are putting on the paper with the pencil pen to help you convey the exactly line, texture, shading that you wanted. So start to create some holes here. Again, think about the contrast, overlapping of the forms, how some forms overlap each other. Think about the line weight. So which part of the creature is closer to the viewer, which part is not. So think about this when you are putting the line weight over the creature. When you are trying to separate the parts of the creature, just to help the viewer to differentiate the silhouettes, the differentiate, separate the volumes when looking to this creature. Again, just to help you read a little more this parts of the creature. And I think I will stop this record. I will stop this video. I talk too much. I know. Talk too much. I didn't do too much construction here. Yes. there isn't too much thing to do here regarding the construction of this creature. It's just like, applying texture. Keep in mind the light source, the focal point, local veil of the flesh, the texture of the body, thinking about the proportion, base forms, perspective, atmospheric perspective, so which is closer, which is farthest from the viewer. Think about the line weight when putting, the volumes, when separating the volumes, volumes, the forms of the character. And yeah, the overlapping, which form, so overlapping atmospheric perspective, it's related. Think about hard and soft edges. So for example here we can soft edges. For example, when you have strong, we have let me switch here just to be easier to me to do this line, so overlapping here, overlapping, yeah, line weight. Let's increase the line weight here, just to indicate that this part is closer to the viewer, which is, yeah, has more contrast because it's closer. We can see clearly. Follow the volume of the tongue. There's something that is spherical. It's just like a tentacle, so something, like this. Let's draw here something like this guy. Again, we can draw like a square and start to build, something like this. Here, here, here. No? And then we start to apply the texture. Now think about the volume when shading. Now follow the volume. Follow the volume of the form. So there's no fancy technique here. So just like here. So here it's coming from inside of his head, this tongue, so we will dark a little bit here, because it's coming in from inside of his head. So he has this ambient occlusion, so we have the shadow area, it's part of his head make over the tongue, this big tongue that is coming from the side of his head. Hey guys, just follow the form. Is a kind of spherical form. Think about a spherical form here. Think about the 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 core shadow, think about the reflective light, which will reflect on his shoulder. We will think about the light that will come from his shoulder and reflect on his tongue. So the part that that is under will have a little bit of we'll have light. We'll have a reflective light here. So the part on the middle of his tongue here will be where the core shadow will be. So it will be the darkest part of the tongue, so to speak. And when the tongue is coming from come closer to the light, will become more lighter. So here it will be a little more lighter than this part over here. But again, keep in mind the local value. Well, I think will be the same value, local value, than this part, inside part of the creature. Well, I need to dark a little bit. Let's darken a little bit here too, just to have more contrast. Yeah, guys, 1 hour. I think I will stop this part of the video. Yeah, I think I talked too much. I didn't do too much stuff here, just small tweaks here and there. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to finish this piece. Just wanted to talk a little about, just wanted to practice something, and I was extending myself too much with this study. So yeah, it was a good opportunity to do something here, to produce something for the channel, while also the opportunity to share and my knowledge in a way that maybe will help other people. So yeah, guys, so feel free to give me your feedback on the comment section, if you like this video, if you don't like this video, if you could understand something that I speak here, if you cannot. Again, English is not one of my strong abilities, but I've been improving. As I said, I've been listening a lot of podcasts, and I think I'm improving. I'm slowly improving. Doing this sort of videos, I think it helped. These videos help me a lot, to improve my English skills. So yeah, guys, and so tell me on the comment section if you guys already know this podcast, these artists that I mentioned too, and leave a recommendation of podcasts that you like to listen that you like to hear, to listen on, in your daily basis. If you like to escutar, if you like to listen podcasts while drawing, tell me what podcast that you listen to, and yeah, guys, put on the comment section. Let's create a strong community of artists that are sharing the same interests toward this. First and foremost to drawing, interest to drawing, painting, and second to dark stuff, to creep stuff, not gory stuff, but dark stuff, dark fantasy stuff, Eldritch paints, Lovecraftian art, romantic art, so to speak, dark fantasy art. So yeah, guys, I think I'm gonna leave you guys right here, and yeah, please tell me about the my new setup. If it's too light or it's too dark, this video. Also, leave on the comment section too. Yeah, guys. So yeah, if you wanted to. So if you don't want it, okay, it's okay too. Well, yeah, guys, thank you very much for checking this video. Thank you very much to subscribe to my channel, to follow my works here. Again, any feedback is welcome. Feel free to do so if you will. And yeah, thank you very much. Hope you can accomplish your dreams as an artist, and yeah, guys, see you soon on the next video. My my neck is a little bit cooked and I need to finish this video and drink some coffee because I'm a hipster. I only draw with coffee. I almost tore down the paper. I don't know how to say rasgar in English. Well, yeah. So yeah, guys, next video I will try to spend more time here on the head a little bit. Try to sharp a little bit more the texture here. Again, paying attention on the overlapping of the forms and the textures, the line away, and yeah, this guy is, I think, is turning great, So tell me what you guys think about this drawing, and yeah, guys, it is what it is. So let's put a little bit here, a little bit here, here. Let's talk a little bit here. Here. Cool. So that's all, guys. Thank you very much for checking me out. Check this video. I need to do a pause to to rest a little bit. And yeah, guys, thank you very much to check this video, to check my channel. Any suggestion, critic, tip, feel free to do on the comment section, and I'll do my best to answer you. And yeah, pessoal do Brasil, obrigado aí pela paciência nesse vídeo aí. Saca, não zoe meu inglês, por favor. Quer dizer, pode fazer também, tá tranquilo. Mas, pô, tem um pouco de empatia, né? Eu tô me esforçando aqui pra poder gerar um conteúdo que possa atingir o maior número de pessoas, como eu disse, né? Com o meu trabalho. Eu posso não ter trabalhado tanto aqui nesse estudo em si, mas é aquilo, eu queria gravar para poder trocar uma ideia com o pessoal, tentar terminar esse estudo em si, né, que já tá fedendo, já tem muito tempo já que eu tô trabalhando nele, e é isso, cara, beleza? Então pega leve aí nas críticas aí do meu inglês, mas com relação a desenho pode falar o que você quiser, entendeu? Sou mais tranquilo com relação a isso, beleza? Então obrigado aí por você também. Sabe que é do Brasil, do Rui BR, e tá assistindo meus vídeos em inglês também, beleza? Obrigado pelo apoio, obrigado por você ter se inscrito no canal nesse meio tempo, né? Desde que eu publiquei esse vídeo, ou publiquei outros, enfim, ou você já vem me acompanhando mais tempo, beleza? Obrigado, nos vemos nos próximos vídeos, entendeu? Tem muitos vídeos aí, tem muita coisa boa por vir, né? A segunda parte desse vídeo, sobretudo. É isso aí, cara, beleza? Se cuida aí, tome muito líquido. Beleza? Respeite os animais. Beleza? Faça exercícios, puxe ferro, façam barras fixas, vão correr. Entendeu? Corram. É isso aí, cara. Beleza? A gente se vê nos próximos vídeos. Tchau. And people outside Brazil, again, thank you very much. See you soon. Take care. And yeah, let's, do a little bit of zoom here, just to get you guys to see what I did here, here, the texture. Let's zoom a little bit here. So it is the texture I've been creating. Look here, light source, volume, perspective and texture, the tone. Here the texture, arms, here are the fundamentals that I'm thinking about, the topics that I'm thinking about when I'm constructing this type of exercise. And that's all, guys. Thank you very much. See you soon. Bye bye. Goodbye. Bye. Goodbye. Valeu, galerinha. Valeu, galerinha. Foda. Goodbye.